Hello everyone. In today's video I'm going to talk about how to go from a beard like this to a beard like this, coming right up after the intro. Welcome back. For me this is about 5 weeks, well it's exactly 5 weeks of beard growth, and you can tell that my beard is quite patchy in this phase. But then you look at how my beard looked 5 weeks ago just before I shaved, and it's quite a bit of a difference. And my beard looks very thick and very full and wholesome. So how do I do that when I have, what looks like a very patchy beard? So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about a couple things that you can do to maximize kind of working with what you've got. Now, of course, this isn't going to work for everybody. There's people that simply cannot grow facial hair, or they're too patchy. So this isn't like a miracle video, but we're going to talk about a little bit about some things that you can do. So the first thing I like to do anywhere between the 2 to 6 week mark is trim up the beard line to where it is growing in the thickest. And then as time goes on, what I actually do is I raise the line just a little bit. Once the beard hairs grow long enough that they're all overlapping and that section of the beard looks full, I will raise the beard line by 1 or 2 millimeters, and then just that part of the beard will look a little bit scruffier, patchy, but then those hairs will grow longer too, and it'll just start layering over top. And then once that 2 millimeters of weird patchiness layers into the beard, then I raise it again by a couple millimeters, and that's kind of how I get that fuller look. Otherwise, the hairs that grow here, sometimes it takes quite some time. Like I might not grow, hair up here until I'm about 3-4 months into my beard. So by using that kind of, raising the line a little bit every few weeks, by the time those hairs grow out, it starts kind of filling in quite nicely. Another thing that is really important if you're growing a bigger beard is not getting rid of the neck beard. So a lot of people, and rightfully so, when you're growing a shorter beard, are basically cutting to that jawline. But if you want to grow a longer beard, it's going to be important to keep like this entire part here and down to the neck unshaved, because that's where a lot of your thickness comes from. So I want you to think about, like, if you're standing in an open field and you have a forest in front of you, you can't see through the forest because there's just rows and rows of, trees lining that forest. But if you chop 90% of that forest away, then you're gonna be able to see through that forest. And the same thing happens with your beard. So if you're just growing the hair right off your chin, and you're growing that down, and you're not letting the part underneath grow, then people are going to be able to see through your beard. It's not going to be a very thick, wholesome beard. So what you want to do is actually grow out all that neck hair as well, and that's how you get a nice, wholesome beard. I've never tried minoxidil. I've never tried special serums or anything like that in terms of beard growth. My beard has naturally filled in a little bit more over the years. I actually even noticed this time around that some of the problem areas that I had the last time I shaved just over a year ago, I actually didn't have this time around. I used to have this, like, a little spot over here that was it was just a round circle of no hair, and then I had a really big bald spot over here under my neck, and now those things are gone. So a lot of it has to do with just patience, being patient, and as you grow older, you're gonna get more facial hair, and so just be patient. And right now, that's exactly what I'm doing, is I'm practicing patience. Like, you can see my beard is quite patchy here, but I know that 3 months from now it's going to look like this. So it's just understanding that these hairs will layer over top of each other. They will grow in much like a forest does, and you can see through an immature forest just like you can see all these patches on the early stages of a beard. Once the beard gets longer, all of those rows of hairs will layer over top of each other, and what's left is a nice big beard. So that's all I wanted to talk about today, and we'll see you next week.